Welcome back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. Chris Holman coming to you from Studio B at the garden level of the Holman House. And we're going to stay in mid-Michigan right now. We're going to spend a little time with good friend Dick Peffley, General Manager at the Lansing Board of Water and Light. And Dick, it's always good to see you. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Chris. Just survived a little bit of a windstorm, but that's behind us now. And I'm looking out at a nice sunny day and even nice warm temperatures.
You know, it is, but boy, it was pretty devastating there. And it wasn't just here. We had problems at my place up north with a lot of trees falling.
Yeah, that's what our primary cause of outage was a complete trees falling over.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing. So the last time I think you and I spoke was a review of the celebration of Lansing Board of Water and Light's new Delta Energy Park and the grand opening. And now the next phase, of course, is BWL to begin the demolition of the Eckert Power Station Site. So bring us up to date on that.
Well, bringing you up to date, yes, we are going to need to use the facility as a distribution center for the next probably 10 years. But we want to clean it up and get rid of some of the equipment that was used when it was a coal burning facility. And actually today, November 8th, they're setting barges in the river and they'll start taking down the cooling towers. And that's going to take 2 or 3 months. And once they're done with that, there's a couple coal handling structures, and that's how they got the coal from the pile into the plant. Those are coming down. And then there's a big silo that was used to store ash. That'll come down. So the building will look a lot cleaner when you drive by it, and we're going to maintain it. And like I said, it's a distribution hub for us now. But we're excited to start this demo, and rest assured, we are not touching the 3 stacks. We can blink and a nod. I have to spit that out. They are staying there intact. And for as long as they'll stand, which is forever.
That was my next question is what is happening with the 3, because they're still in the background of all kinds of new sets and everything else. I mean, they're really a part of our skyline.
They are, and there's no maintenance to them with the exception of the lighting, which lasts about 20 years. And we just upgraded it a couple years ago. So they'll sit there and pose no problems to the public. And as you're flying in and out of Lansing, that's the landmark that you're getting close to coming home when you see those.
You're absolutely right. So let's talk a little bit about the full spectrum of what you do, because besides your 100,000 electricity customers, remind us all of water customers, steam customers, chilled water customers, all that.
Sure. We're 4 utilities under one roof, and you hit the electric side. We have 57,000 water customers in the Lansing region. We have about 200 steam customers, and most of those are industrial. We supply industrial steam for their process. And then we have a dozen chilled water customers, and they can use our chilled water in place of air conditioning, so that if they're in the Lansing metro area here, they can write one check for all the utilities, drinking water, electricity, heat, and cooling. And so that's all part of the Board of Water and Light, Hometown People, Hometown Power logo.
One of the things too that I wouldn't mind talking about is you guys were one of the first to realize there was going to be a shortage of talent, and you got into the high schools early on, talking to people about starting a career at the Board of Water and Light. How's that gone?
It's gone great, because just last week we had the high schools here. Each one of our departments, we got about 24 departments. They set up a little demonstration at our corporate office building. Hey, if you want to become a line worker, here's a bucket truck. If you want to work on the water, here's a pipe. And the local school areas, Lansing as well as Grand Ledge, Waverly, they bus their students over here and to look at this and say, hey, a career in energy. And actually, we went down to the middle school level, start prepping them early. Hey, Lansing's a great place to live and work, and here's where you can work. And it was a huge turnout and very appreciated by the school districts.
Well, that junior high level is, if you remember, I chaired the T3, and we had a couple of those career days down at the Lansing Center. And that's when you get kids who are starting to inquire about what am I going to do. And if you don't have those types of situations, they don't even know.
Yeah. We have 55 job openings at our company right now. So
Wow.
there is work out there for those who want to work. And we typically don't have trouble filling those jobs, but we'd like a bigger pool of applicants, of course.
Dick, if I had any skills, I'd be down there tomorrow. I really would.
So would I.
So one of the many things that the Lansing Board of Water and Light does and is known for is silver bells in the city, and of course that's an annual date for you and I, right? So
It is.
let's talk a little bit about that and your involvement in silver.
All right. Well, we are the presenting sponsor, and I'm proud to say I have made all 38 of them, and I will be there this year. And this is the 38th one, and it's the 25th annual electric light parade. So, because Silverville started before the annual electric light parade, but it's November 18th, Friday night, coming up here. And this year, the drone presentation that we sponsored last year was a huge hit. So we've enhanced it. That was 100 drones. We're going to 200, and they're going to be about 150 feet higher this year, so they're better visibility. So, the first year I thought it was great, but we critiqued it and said, hey, I want more. I like that. So we're going to be very excited to sponsor that again. And then at the end, they're going to do a grand finale for fireworks. So it's not a full fireworks presentation, it's just a grand finale. So if you like fireworks, you'll be able to see those. If you like the drones, you'll see those. So we're trying to make that happen. Obviously, the Board of Water and Light was down there decorating the tree here last week. They had good weather for that, and we're hanging wreaths and banners. So a lot going on with silver bells. Fingers crossed that the weather holds out.
You're absolutely right, because I'm always up there on that pavilion with you, and that wind chill can get pretty devastating. Dick Peffley, the general manager of the Lansing Board of Water and Light, thanks for joining us and all that you guys do for the city.
Thanks for your support, and happy to talk to you anytime.
We'll be back. Trust me. You're watching the Michigan Business Beat on the Michigan Business Network. I'm Chris Holman. We'll be back.